listening to this. This is NextGenRetroMen, but you knew that because you clicked on this.
By accident.
Anyways, so I am Belroar Bloodfrost.
I am Hakuna Tortata.
And I am the Dungeon Master.
What is your name, Dungeon Master?
Dungeon Master? I don't have a name. I'm Jason.
I thought you were the Dungeon Daddy.
That's what I've been calling you. That's what you've been making us call you.
That's a different game.
I want you to wear a sweater around your neck and then be the Dungeon Dandy. I'm the Dungeon Dandy.
I can use a voice. I don't know what voice I'd use.
Crocodile Dungy? I don't know. Anyways.
Oh
God.
Welcome to Next Gen Retro Man.
Anyways, yeah. Hi, I'm Ryan, or Belroar Bloodfrost, whatever you want to call me.
I'm Adrian, the turtle one.
I'm Jason.
Anyways,
okay.
So this episode is going to be all about Dungeons and Dragons and other stuff, but mostly Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, mostly the D&D.
So, any news y'all want to talk about?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat animated film got announced today by the people who make those DC animated movies that are really good.
Yeah, it looks alright.
It looks like a good filler until the live action movie comes out, I guess.
Yeah, it said strong violence before the trailer, and then there was no strong violence in the trailer.
Sons of bitches.
So I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to see some people get cut in half and stuff, but
Is there a release date for the movie?
No.
2021.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm not that excited for that movie. It's gonna be, I don't know. I don't know why they're calling this Mortal Kombat movie like Scorpion's Revenge whenever it features basically the storyline of the first Mortal Kombat.
I mean, I guess that's what they showed us everything, but I guess it's going to focus kind of heavily on
Hanzo.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it looks cool.
I'm excited.
We're going to do our Uncharted update. We talked about this a little while ago. There is now a director attached, supposedly, officially, I don't know, is Ruben Fleischer now.
Ruben Fleischer?
He did Venom and Zombieland.
One good, one bad?
Venom's alright. I haven't seen Venom,
Venom,
but it looks like a fun, stupid movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen Venom either.
I don't know. This movie's going to suck. Anyways, moving on.
I liked Venom. What's wrong?
Who's in the cast of this?
Tom Holland. That's all I know. There's probably other people.
The Spider-Man is going to be the guy?
Yes. Who's Drake?
Isn't he too young?
Yeah.
No, because by the time this gets made, he'll be old enough to play Nathan Drake.
He'll be old enough though.
He'll be old enough to play Sully.
Yeah. Good news. KOTOR is kind of coming back.
Maybe.
Well, it's being heavily implied.
Yeah, it's being rumored.
I mean, they dropped the fact that Knights of Ren come from, KOTOR lore, and then they start heavily implying on a remake sequel thing in production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be a movie? Not a movie, a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I'm wondering
I have very little faith in EA and BioWare, so...
And Star Wars.
What's wrong with BioWare? They make good games.
Shut up, Jason.
Commie.
They made Mass Effect 1 and 2.
Yeah, and 3. Don't hate on 3. 3's okay.
3
Anyways.
2 3/4.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm telling you, man. It's alright.
Transformers? They're kind of announced that they're rebooting / making different films for it.
Is Michael Bay attached to this at all?
Probably.
Shit.
I heard he was, but he's... No. He's also attached to a Ninja Turtles reboot.
He already did a Ninja Turtles reboot.
No, he's doing another reboot of his own thing.
I liked the second one.
I haven't seen the second one. I heard it was. I heard the second one was decent.
I can't watch them.
The second one was very much the 80s cartoon brought to television.
But shitty.
No, it was okay. I mean, the 80s cartoon was kind of shit.
You see those turtles?
They don't have lips this time.
I want them to redo the 1989 or 1990 whatever.
Actually,
leave that alone. It's a good movie.
Just make a Ninja Turtles 4 and bring back those original ones.
I don't know.
And
So
the
it's gonna suck. We already had a good one.
No CGI. Just bring it back to.
Not gonna happen.
No, Star Wars kind of brought that back.
The Star Wars has a budget. You think Nickelodeon's gonna throw money at this?
Disney will eventually buy this property, and then they'll do it right.
For a while, apparently.
Until the third one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I kind of want to see Bumblebee just because I like that they had the kind of original Transformer models in it a little bit. I haven't watched it, but I've seen screenshots. And again, I love Soundwave, so.
This said Beast Wars, and I'm sold. I just want to see Beast Wars.
Give me more Soundwave. Give me, some Beast Wars. I'm down. I'm down for that.
We'll see.
All right. Well, what have you been up to, Adrian?
My wife's been out of town this past week, so the house has gone to shit.
Fair.
Don't listen to this podcast.
No, she knows.
She's back.
No,
Oh,
she's
God.
back. It's clean. Everything's good.
She's already fixed it all.
No, I know how to turn a whole house into like sparkling clean in like 3 hours.
Like a Kevin McAllister.
Yeah. Yeah, just waking up early, doing dad stuff, taking the kid to daycare, going to work, coming back, picking her up.
So you're an adult.
Yeah. If it's just by yourself, it's all adult all the time.
You're a single parent.
Yeah, that's buddy.
Shout out to the single
Shout out
parents
to the
there.
single parents
So,
out there.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Only true
and I only have
next-gen
one.
retromen.
And
So-
women.
And
I only have
ladies.
one kid too. So like, you single parents out there with more than one, good God.
Octomom.
Just to keep the kid busy, she likes the Mario game, the Mario 3D World. So
Yeah.
we would play that.
Good call.
Um,
You can, dude, borrow my Odyssey tonight.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting I have the Switch.
Yeah, you do have a Switch. Stop playing your fucking Wii U.
I keep forgetting I have a Switch.
And then, just watching her shows over and over again. Archibald, which is a good show, but, 5 times is enough for one night. Storybots, same. So, just that shit. What have you been up to, Ryan?
So, all right. So I haven't really played any video games. I've been sleeping and working. They kind of like swapped my work schedule. Like I was closing a whole bunch, and then they're like, "Oh, now you're opening a whole bunch," which is fine. I'll work whatever. But just my sleep schedule and cycles all jacked up, so I'm just sleeping at whenever I can. But other than that, like the thing that's been occupying my like free time is Warhammer 40K, which so it kind of ties into tonight's topic because I like painting minis. Like I've been painting a bunch of minis and it's been fun. So I was watching tutorials on how to like paint, how to dry brush, and how do you do this, and all the like best tutorials and like all the ones that I saw were like Warhammer 40K like figures. Like when I would see them, I'd be like, that's awesome. So I was like, okay, well, let me look into the lore a little bit. And I shouldn't have done that because it's metal as fuck.
I told you not to. I
Just
told
like,
you that like this is gonna like D&D minis would be the gateway drug, and you just need to stay away from Warhammer 40K, and you didn't listen to me.
It's so cool though.
Yeah, like, to all our listeners, like the three of us have like a thread that we talk to each other all the time, and he found Warhammer 40K, and it's just been.
I've known about Warhammer 40K for a while. I just never looked into it all that much because I don't know. I just never did. And then I did. And it's like just giant dudes with like chainsaw swords and ancient Egyptian Terminator skeletons that just want to kill everyone, and monsters and demons from like hell dimensions, like all just killing each other. It's metal as fuck and it's amazing. So
is this like a D&D game?
No, the game is going to be more like combat and strategy based, and like you're trying to get your troops into position to like have firing vectors and all the it's super complicated. I haven't even really looked into the game all
Think
that.
of like StarCraft if it wasn't a video game.
Yeah.
Okay, like a D&D / chess.
It's like a real-time
Stratego
strategy game.
Yeah.
/ Risk.
Yeah,
Catan.
it's
Catan.
I don't know. It's cool. It's metal. I like it.
He just likes the pretty figures. He doesn't even
yeah,
want to
but-
play.
I mean, I do want to play eventually, but like, it's I don't know. It's just cool. Like, I've really been digging the lore. I've been watching videos. I've been reading like the wiki. There's a lot of lore. It's all tied together. It's well thought out. It's just crazy, and it's like there's no good guys. Like, if you go through like all the things, you're like, oh, I want to be the good guy army, and you like go through all of their stuff. It's like, nope, none of these people are good. Like, they're all horrible in some way, and it's all just about like genocide on everyone except for I don't know. It's a really cool sci-fi fantasy space setting that I'm into right now.
That'll suck up your free time.
Oh, dude, and money. Like, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yes, luckily I had a bunch of like paints and paintbrushes and stuff left over from like already from like the D&D stuff. I had some like clippers and some other stuff left over from when I was like building Gundam models a lot and other things. So I had some of the like base stuff you need already. I just didn't have the models, and the models are expensive. So, but it's time consuming, which is cool, and I kind of like just putting on some music and zoning out and just kind of gluing the things together and just being meticulous and working on them is enjoyable to me. So
Don't drink caffeine before you do. Your hands are too shaky.
no, I don't. I really don't drink caffeine anymore.
I'm talking about myself.
Yep. You need to do the Metal Gear Solid and get like diazepam. You don't remember that Metal Gear Solid? You had to take diazepam.
No, I don't remember that.
Before you did the sniper battles and I just
smoked
said
a cigarette.
Sniper. The sniper battles.
Smoked a cigarette and that came to calm down.
Before you needed to smoke a cigarette before you did your sniper battles. No, you took diazepam before you got into like sniper battles, or looked at your sniper scope in that game, and it would stop the sway. Like, it would make you like aim straight because it like lowered your like I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, reference there it is. Jason, what have you been into?
I watched The Witcher show on Netflix finally. And
Oh, really? How was it?
Yeah, it's really good. Ryan, you would be into it.
How many episodes is it?
I don't know, man.
It's like
Are
8.
there chainsaw swords?
8.
I'm just saying,
Other
like, it's got
Warhammers?
that, like,
40,000
it's
of
got the
them?
really dark goth fantasy stuff that is really cool, and it's violent. So
Like a
it's
dark.
Yeah, I've seen like clips.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really
I
good.
just can't see myself sitting down and watching that. Like, and not like a knock against that. I have a hard time sitting and watching anything.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch it that well. I put it on, and I would watch while painting minis.
Did you draw like titties on all your minis because of it, or
There's not that. It's not Game of Thrones.
the game is like there's a bunch of boobies in that game?
Oh yeah, but that's different. And there's some in the TV show too. But because I watched the TV show, I liked playing the video game again. I played the tutorial, and other than that, that's all I've been playing video games for the entire like week. Other than that, I'm planning out like 2 different D&D campaigns. I'm painting minis, and I'm ignoring Ryan's persuasion on trying to get me into Warhammer.
I'm not trying to get you into it. I'm telling you why I like it.
Oh no, but that's the problem. Is you telling me that you like it that much? I started looking it up, and I'm like, God, I want to.
Yeah, don't. If you don't want to get into it, don't look it up because it's awesome.
You already told me to look it up.
I did. Yeah, that's my bad. But don't listen to me.
Yeah, and now I want to buy those, whatever they're called, the Terratans.
Tyranids.
Tyrannids. Because they're just space dinosaurs with laser arms.
Oh my god.
Dude, right? Adrian's like eyes just lit up. It's okay. It's fucking cool.
You gotta show them, and then I'm not going to get that because Warhammer is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm looking at
into,
the models.
I looked into like 3D printers.
Talking about expensive.
Yeah, like a cheap one I found was like $500, and like some really good like metal ones were like $6,000.
Yeah, we don't want the metal ones.
You don't need a little cheap one to make your Hero Forge characters.
Yeah, they sell them.
Yeah. But other than that, I've been actually watching the Warhammer videos to learn how to paint better.
Yeah,
those videos are really good.
Yeah, the dude on like Warhammer TV, I forget his name, but he says at the beginning of every one, but I don't know. I don't hear it. Sorry, dude. Who's not listening to this?
Yeah.
Or is he?
Only Scorsese does.
Fuck you, Scorsese. Anyways,
Wait, did anyone
Unless
watch?
you paint
Wait,
movies.
the Oscars haven't come out yet, have they?
no.
All right, good. Still
Anyways, but yeah, that he's a really good like teacher. I mean, they're kind of quick. There's some more in-depth ones, but that channel is really good for just painting techniques. It really is.
Yeah,
I've been trying to learn how to make like glow, like things that look like they're glowing.
Layers.
I saw that picture and
Yeah.
I thought they were clear pieces.
Yeah.
Like glowing.
No, it's like you get a white base and then you put a really bright color on top of it, then you like layer.
A dull one, then a bright one. Anyways, yeah. So let's just jump right into Dragons and Dungeons and Dungeons and Dragons.
And diners and drives.
Oh my god. Hey.
The Guy Fieri.
Yeah, I hate you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go to Flavortown. Jason, why should we play Dungeons and Dragons?
You already have played it. Okay.
We have played, but like why should
Why
others
should
Why should
the
others
listeners play?
why should our
You
one listener in the Netherlands? Why should that dude in the Netherlands?
Guy in the Netherlands, hit us up on our Gmail.
Okay.
Jason, why should that dude play?
That dude
I don't know.
should play Dungeons and... First off, the type of people who should play Dungeons and Dragons. If you like social time with your friends while just having fun creating a story, you should play Dungeons and Dragons. Is that a good way to word it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you like
creative
video
and-
games, if you like any video games, you should play Dungeons and Dragons. If you
I don't-
like Lord of the Rings, you should play Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't think that's even it. Like you just need to have like someone who has like an imagination and is creative and is with a group of people that they're not afraid to be like judged by, that you're all just having a good time.
The key to it is a good DM, and we were lucky to get a good one.
Yeah.
Dungeon
was it?
Daddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Or Dungeon Dandy.
Dungeon Dandy.
I'll be either. But yeah,
Crocodile Dungeon.
everyone should play Dungeons and
Dungaroos.
Dragons, I feel like everyone should at least give it a shot.
Yeah, fun.
It's had a bad connotation for like 30, 40 years.
Yeah, that stupid Satanic Panic thing was awful, and then
And then it was like just nerdy this and
yeah, nerdy mouth breathers and people who are antisocial, and the thing is it's very, very social.
I breathe through my
Yes.
mouth and I hate people, so I get it.
Yes.
God.
It's
Oh,
allergies
no.
and I hate you, so I'm a mouth breather. Yeah,
Except for you, dude, in the Netherlands. We love you.
Like, I'm gonna just... The pros of this game are infinite possibilities, I would say. As long as
Yeah,
you have
like-
a good DM.
It's really just like the rules and everything is really just a way to like quantify decisions and probabilities of things happening, and it's I want to jump over this. Okay, we'll just roll a athletics thing and we'll see if you jump over it. Just it really just is very open-ended, free form. It's based around storytelling, like.
And the fact that you can just kind of like any player can just kind of change the story on a whim.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah.
I love that aspect.
Yeah, we can't talk about it too much because I've been lazy on editing and I haven't.
Yeah, we're not
gotten
gonna
too far to the-
spoil anything that we actually played because we're gonna try to upload it into podcast episodes, and that way...
Maybe an episode. We'll see. I haven't
We'll see.
decided yet. I haven't gotten too far into editing it, so I don't know if there's good natural cutoff points. But we'll edit this part out. So,
And
so
I would say that there's a lot of good pros. The pros are like... Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was just gonna kind of continue on what we were saying, and we don't need to, so we can cut this part out too. So go ahead, Jason.
We're just making this so hard for you. And
Really
I
gonna
will
make it
say
hard.
that there are a bit of cons. Some of the cons are that the character creation can take a while.
So it can be frustrating for people who have no experience with it, and there's just a lot of, not necessarily like math, but there's just a lot of, you need to put this here, this goes on your sheet here, these are the things your character comes with, and it's all in different places in this book. And that was like honestly the hardest part, was getting all my my friends and family's like our sheets
It's hard.
filled out.
It's a ton of fun. Like, I remember it reminded me a lot of Knights of the Old Republic. Like that first, like, it took me like a good like 45 minutes to like create my character, because I would kind of like add points here and take points away here and choose this over this. So like it's as fun as you. It's as much fun as you make it.
It's hard the first time you create a character, but once you get the idea of like how like the steps to do it, and you really delve into like how you want your character to be, and you really get into the idea of like, okay, this is who I want to be. This is my alternate personality in a fantasy world. Then the character creation becomes some of the most fun you get, because you're planning out and you are technically this character while you play.
Yeah.
Like I was making sure I did dumb voices to make y'all realize like, hey, look, y'all are you now. You're no longer Ryan. You're now this half orc barbarian who has rage issues.
Yeah, well, what's it to you? I mean,
So
why-
Ryan,
why are you?
Yeah.
Why are you making fun of me? I don't.
But I will
Orc
say,
shame-
the
orc
cons
shaming.
are orc shaming for sure.
No.
Some of the other cons are like, it's kind of expensive to start up. You have to buy at least a starter pack or the essentials kit.
Or just the manual.
Yeah, the player manual helps, but they have like a shortened version online that you can print out for free. They have a lot of the stuff online for free if you want.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
want
don't
to
even
get you into it.
technically- They don't technically need to buy dice, but once you like get that first hit, the next thing you know, you're at PAX trying to find the perfect dice.
you're
it's
stuck
like
on Warhammer.
it's like Magic No, fuck you. It's like Magic the Gathering. Like, it's made by the same company. Like right now, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro like make both. So they want to get you like into it, because they know if they get you into it, and you'll spend money. Like, there's a whole like industry based around like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Hero Forge, all the like different mini companies, dice companies,
Oh god, yeah.
people that make like custom campaigns.
I never thought I would spend $40 on dice,
There you go.
and we did at PAX.
Yeah. Oh, he bought some fancy dice too?
Carrie
No,
did.
you-
I'm
Oh,
saving up.
yay.
No, I'm saving up for some really fancy dice.
Yep,
No,
so
you're
you
saving
roll-
up for the. Oh god.
You roll those ones.
Yeah.
Really
that-
fancy weighted
That's another.
dice.
I would say that's another pro of this game too. Is you can get some of the funniest incidents with like a group of friends that you'll have out of like a stupid fantasy situation where you roll a 1. So yeah, if you haven't at least look into it, see if it's something that you and your friends would be into. I'm sure if you have like a friend that has already played, ask if you can just watch or play with them.
Can I watch?
I don't know. Can I watch you play your
Can I just-
D&D?
Can I just sit here in the corner and watch?
I want to watch that D and D.
Yeah.
Cuckolds and Dragons.
So, onto other stuff. I think that I got into it as well because I just started noticing how much of an influence it has on all of the other stuff I was already into.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was playing Skyrim, and all of the stuff started matching what I was into in Dungeons and Dragons. And I wanted more options than what Skyrim even gave me, which is stupid to say, but like Dungeons and Dragons offers so many more options that Skyrim, like video games kind of tie you. You're only allowed to do this, and there's set rules, and D&D doesn't have those rules to kind of limit you.
Yeah. I mean, there's some games that kind of let you take it off the rails here and there,
Mhm.
but even then you're within like a confined an area or a defined set of rules. And we've said on the show before, pretty much any game that has any leveling system or experience points or character progression, dialogue choices, loot,
All of that.
like any of this stuff really stems from Dungeons and Dragons. Thanks, Gary Gygax.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
He's the guy
welcome
who
on the
created-
podcast.
Oh, is he dead?
I don't know. Hold on. Keep going. I'll look it up. I think he is, but keep going.
Yeah, I think he is too. Yeah, Gary Gygax created Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you who don't know that.
He died recently.
But yeah, I think also like I just started watching TV. I got the interest to play it because I was watching episodes of TV shows that had it on there, and I'm sitting here like, I bet that'd be fun with friends. And also because I wanted to try to get away from gaming as much, like playing video games. I wanted something more mentally stimulating, like reading books and artistic wise. And I'm sitting here like, well, Dungeons and Dragons is all books and miniatures, so I just wanted to start painting stuff. But if you want some like good TV episodes on D&D, like Community has a really good one.
Futurama.
That was my first thought. Futurama.
Also, Gary Gygax died in 2008.
Oh,
in peace, Gary Gygax. Thank you.
Yeah, 12 years now.
Rolling 20s in heaven.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's a loaded die if you're doing that constantly, though. You're cheating. You're down somewhere else if you got that.
If anyone could get away with it.
Yeah, Gary Gygax can.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a lot of great TV shows have it, like, featured as a episode or two. Like, it's Brian freaking found the, like, rock song that mentions it the whole entire time.
Oh, yeah. Dungeon Hustle by Mississippi Bones.
Yeah.
That was
it's a great band.
I've ever heard.
I like that band, but yeah, that song just always, like, honestly, that song's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to start playing D&D. Like, it kind of led, not like that was a reason why, but it was one of those things where just the references and stuff to it when I was listening to it was like, you know what, like, yeah, that is stuff I'm into. Like,
if you like games,
I dig orcs and I dig Warhammers and and I dig 40,000 Warhammers. And I dig, like, you know, like metal and battles and, you know, fighting and that stuff. Like,
yeah, like anyone listening to this podcast likes the elements of D&D. You probably were like, I don't know if that's for me, but like, no, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like it's.
You can even, like, there's pre-constructed characters.
Yeah,
like, if you don't want to.
Starter edition comes with the pre-constructed ones. Essentials edition comes with ones that you can build, and it's very like
limited
Cliff Notes versions of characters you can build, and then you get the player's manual, and you're like, oh, there's a lot.
Yeah, that was one of the issues we had was when we were trying to build characters with the Essentials kit, and it was okay. Like we came up with some decent stuff, but like everyone was human by the end of it. I didn't make a character in it because at that point I was gonna DM just for that little adventure before Jason kind of told us that he was gonna DM, which cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I already had a character in mind, but it was like there was like a human fighter and a human bard and a human wizard, and it was just kind of eh. And then when we got the handbook and kind of had more options, there's like a half-orc barbarian, and honestly most of our party was like not even in that book, so we like stuff online.
Yeah,
y'all are messaging me like, hey, I want to beat this, and I'm like, okay, let me look this up and see if it exists, and of course every single one of them exists.
Yeah, my daughter was
put you the test, Jason.
was an Aarakocra, which is a like bird person thing.
Rito.
Yeah, Adrian was a turtle. We had a
turtle. Thank you.
We had a halfling, we had a tiefling, like we ended up being this kind of like motley band of misfits or something. Like it was
none of y'all are the fantasy stereotype.
Yeah, well, I mean, mine's probably the closest.
Yeah, but
like I think maybe me and Carrie are the closest to like a more typical.
Yeah, she's like
like in a balanced group. You kind of need
you got like
those characters as well.
Do what?
Like in a balanced group, you need those characters. You need like
a
big, strong.
Yeah, it was just fun. Anyways, we had a great time. We'll put it up at some point for y'all here. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
If I can stop building these fucking minis.
Yeah.
God damn you, Warhammer!
And
should I start this Warhammer thing?
No.
Okay. Maybe it's just 10,000. I'll work my way up to 40,000.
No, they have a basic Warhammer that's just like fantasy stuff, and then you work your way through the years up to 40,000 years.
Don't. I mean, do it if you want, but Carrie is gonna not want you to. I mean, anyway.
We won't be friends anymore.
I don't want you around that Ryan. He's a bad influence with his 40,000 Warhammers.
Making me spend $80 on one model. Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah.
The other thing I really enjoyed for D&D is I like the idea of using it as like a teaching and family game night, because I always told Grace, like, I want Friday nights if I'm off to be like a family game night where there's no electronics or anything. It's just like a board game and catching up on the week. That was something that I had growing up, and I like think of that very fondly, and I think that it'd be really good for my children to experience that, and I think D&D is a good way of doing that.
Sounds lame.
Nerd.
It is.
You nerd. No, yeah,
But,
I totally agree.
That sounds amazing.
So
Good
I
time.
like the idea
Fire
of
Tower.
Fire Tower. We played Fire Tower already too, and everyone loved Fire Tower.
Really wish for that.
Shout
I
out
told
to
you. Yeah.
Fire Tower. It's so good.
Anyways,
Should have bought it. Y'all should have bought it.
We could still get it online,
yeah,
right?
well, there's still out of stock.
They're all
Man.
stock.
Anyways,
Damn it.
and
Get Fire
yeah.
Tower. Whoever's listening to this, get Fire Tower.
play Dungeons
Fire
and
Tower
Dragons.
And play
don't
Dungeons
play
and Dragons.
D&D.
And don't play Warhammer 40k, or do
because
if you
it's
want.
expensive.
But it's awesome. Anyways, all right.
But yeah, what do y'all think? Like, after playing it, what do you think about D&D? I've already gushed about it enough through this podcast. Y'all probably won't have to hear me talk about it again.
I had a blast.
Someone get Jason Atali's gushing. Anyways.
My chair is soaked.
Dungeon Daddy.
Oh god. The Dungeon Dandy is just
This
gushing.
Dungeon Dandy is gushing everywhere.
This Dungeon Dandy is wilted.
Anyways. No, I freaking loved it. It was a blast. Like I said, we've been making kind of jokes in our group chat with, like, you know, our wives and kind of our like podcast group chat that we have with like all of us, and we've been making jokes in just the NextGenRetroMen podcast chat that we have. I've talked to like other people about it. I know they're like, you know, what the hell are you talking about?
Get out of here, nerd.
You know, then they finish the wedgie and, you know, let me on my way. But no, again, that's a stereotype. But it was a blast. Like it was fun. I think we laughed so much. You'll hear it in the recording eventually. Like, just, we had a great time. Like, my daughter kind of came out of her shell a little bit. She's not shy, but she's not like super outgoing and loud and so. And she was like, you know, making jokes and saying things. And we mentioned it in our kind of PAX recap episode. Like, she, like, when we were like describing how we killed these like things, like, she,
Oh my god.
she went in hardcore. I was like, your daddy's proud of you, girl. Your daddy's proud. But yeah, it's awesome. Like, I you know, kind of want to maybe do a small game where I DM for just my family. Like, we can get Ben into it. It's a good creative outlet for him. Maybe do like I know there's a more like younger kids like kind of version of it. And so I've kind of looked at that a little bit.
Yeah, I think they have those books out for sale now. Like, it's like a more scholastic version, I should say.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Adrian, did it like meet your expectations? Because I think that you were the one that I was the most afraid of trying, not to really get into it, but like seemed most skeptical about it, I guess.
Yeah, like when it was first mentioned like months ago, like, yeah, let's try D&D. I was like, I'll try it. You know, I've had those same hang-ups that, like, you know, you get like, oh, it's just kind of like, oh, a bunch of nerd, this and that, but like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. So like I got into it, and you just kind of like, you know, you pick a character, and then you start building this character, and you kind of start thinking about the backstory, and you fill out the sheets, and you're like, okay, well, you know, maybe he's a turtle. And then you look it up and like, oh shit, he could be a turtle. And then like, oh my god, okay, so like maybe he's a ninja turtle. And then
Real
Good
original.
Yeah, but
No one's thought of that before.
half orc.
How old were you? Were you?
No, that's exactly right. Like this takes you back. Like you can like.
I meant your turtle.
Oh, my turtle.
14.
Oh no.
Because then you would have been.
Oh, he's not a teenage at all, is he?
He's middle aged.
He was like 200 years old. But anyways, no, I had a blast. I was actually pretty surprised how much Carrie got into it as well. She's the one that spent like $40 on dice.
That goofy idiot.
So and then so she started building her little halfling character.
But we fizzle bottom.
When she looked into the bard character, she's like, "This is me."
Yeah, like you can kind of there's so many options and
just to let people out know, what I think sold her on it is she learned that there's a spell that insults a person that does damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like so many options you can choose from that like you can personalize this thing like to be like how you want to play it.
Yeah. I had a spell that was called scream at the top of my lungs and smash things in half with an axe.
That's a very long spell name.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, though.
In short, like, if you've ever wanted to just have a fun family game night that y'all create, like, your own little story, and if you've ever watched a single Lord of the Rings movie and been like, hey, I kind of like this, give D&D a shot.
Yeah, just, like, get the starter set. Like, use the pre-constructed characters if you're on the fence. If you really enjoy that,
the best story too out of all of them.
Like, yeah, if you get that and you play and enjoy that, then you'll obviously enjoy like having all the options out there on the table for you.
Are there other genres that are still D&D, like rather than like fantasy? Are there like?
No, they don't. Like Dungeons and Dragons hasn't made an official like other thing other than Dungeons and Dragons, which is the fantasy setting, but there's a ton of other role-playing games out there that
they're like adventure games. Yeah, there's the Star Wars one that I looked into a little bit. The Cyberpunk
2077 is actually from this, isn't it? Isn't it an adventure?
It's based off of a tabletop game.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2027 or 17, I don't know. I think it's 2027. Anyways,
push it back because it's almost that year.
Yeah, we'll just keep delaying it. Vampire the Masquerade is very popular. And very popular, I mean, like, it's kind of... Yeah, there's sci-fi, like, there's a Warhammer 40k, like adventure set. Like, it's
and
not...
it comes back to this.
Well, I'm just saying I've seen it because I've looked into this crap a lot, but, like, there's a...
Get off of Warhammer, right?
I can't. There's 40,000 Warhammer. It's like an adventure set where it's set in that universe and you kind of play through a story the same way you would D&D. It's very adaptable. Like, that's the thing that's really genius about it, is it can be whatever you want it to be. Mm-hmm. Use your imagination.
And if you're not good at imagination, you can buy like the little miniatures and the little... What is that thing that I got? Like a mat? Like a wet erase marker mat?
What?
Like I had that.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The board. Yeah.
It helped.
I mean, but that's, still, even then, it was just lines on a board, and we used our imaginations. Like, you know.
Next step is LARPing.
This is the thing. Like, you make that
you guys
joke,
want to do this?
And, like, I really think, like, it's not something I really am, like, actively going to set out to do, but, like, we're making this joke about it, but, like, if you gave...
A year ago, this is the kind of things we would be saying about D&D, too.
Yeah, but, like, if you gave me, you, my wife, your wife, Jason, my daughter, our kids, like, foam swords, and said, you're this, like, dude or whatever, that wouldn't be fun?
Amazing.
Exactly.
No, that'd be awesome.
Magic missile. Magic missile. Magic missile.
Can I just shoot the fireworks at y'all and not?
Anyways, so this is the thing, and I'll boil it down to this: like, if it's gonna be fun, and you're afraid of doing it because like
the stigma.
Yeah, the stigma, or you're afraid like you're not nerdy enough, or it's too nerdy for you, whatever. Like, stop being a dick and just do it.
Yeah, like what you like.
Have fun. Like, who cares? Like, if other people are judging you, so what? Like, if you're having fun and genuinely enjoying yourself, doesn't matter what other people think. And that goes for everything in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what was last week. This is wholesome as fuck. But yeah, like, love what you do, love who you are, have fun, and who cares?
Who you are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or be who you're not. Like, that's another point of it. Like,
the people who judge you, like, invite them. They might like it too.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's not healthy. You know,
yeah. And then fuck those guys.
Just remind me of Goth Talk from Saturday Night Live. Okay, never mind.
No, I'm thinking of...
Anyways.
Have you watched...
Sweaty Balls.
You're on Delicious Dish.
That's the one.
Yeah. Anyways.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Dude, Jason, when we are done recording, go on YouTube and just type in SNL Goth Talk.
Oh,
God, it was like... Okay. It was Chris Kattan and Molly Shannon, I believe. It was so funny. And then Jim Brewer was like his jock asshole bro. Anyways, play Dungeons and Dragons. Long story short, that's the podcast right there. We could have just cut out all this dumb shit of us talking the whole time and just hit record and say, hey, play Dungeons and Dragons. All right, bye. See you next time. And play. It's fun. But also listen to the whole podcast. Yeah. Even though you're at the end of it now.
Check out our...
Or rewind and listen to it again now.
When's the Dungeons and Dragons episode coming out?
I honestly can't tell you. Work is...
Throw it out unfiltered. There's probably like 5 hours of just...
No.
We gotta
filter some of it.
Evidence.
I mean, there's like parts where we had to pause because, you know, like we have younger kids, like not babies, we weren't neglecting them, but like
kind of were.
They would piss each other off. Ben wanted to play Minecraft, and like we were like play with Charlotte, and
piss each other off, but also piss their pants. So she was a baby.
Anyways, it was a good
I'm
time.
Sitting there like my child's.
But we'll release it at some point, and it's fun. I'll keep working on editing it. It's just, again, hard to find time right now with like the way my work schedule and sleep cycle is. But
we have real lives.
I mean, yeah, and also Warhammer, dude. But no, I'm kidding. That's actually a joke. That's not interfering with my podcasting stuff at all.
Yet. No, not at all.
Yet. Until like, hey, Ryan, we're recording, and I'm like, I need to paint my Necron. And, you know.
That's not a euphemism either.
It is now.
Okay.
Paint my Necron. Well,
thank you, everyone, for listening.
Yeah, hey, thanks. We really appreciate it. Especially you, dude, in the Netherlands.
Woo! There's 9 dudes in the Netherlands.
I think that's just 9 downloads.
Oh.
Do you listen to us 9 times? Fuck yeah.
Send us your name and we will shout you out in the next episode. I'll name a character after you in the D&D game.
Yeah, in our next campaign. But yeah, you can find us on wherever you just found us at, but also you can find us on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. If those are not the one that you're using to listen to us now, you could use those other ones also, or tell other people to use those other ones. You know, not convoluted at all.
That is true.
And then you can also, please email us anything. Not anything. But email us at nextgenretromen@gmail.com.
Instagram, NextGenRetroMen.
Twitter, @NextGenRetroMen.
All together now.
Facebook
and Facebook.com/NextGenRetromen.
Oh, damn it. No.
You're off the podcast.
You can't have two .coms.
.com.
All right, what are we talking about next week?
.com.
I'm putting everyone on the spot. What are we talking about next week?
.com.
.coms.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oscar winners. No, Super Bowl.
It's
quick.
Super Bowl.
Who's going to win Super Bowl?
Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's going to win the Puppy Bowl?
Who's going to win the Puppy Bowl? I'm going to go with the Retriever. Ah, damn it.
Lopsa Opso. I just
Cocker Spaniel. Cocker Spaniel.
Labradoodle.
It's going to be the Golden Retriever,
It's going to be the Golden Retriever. God damn it, Jason.
No. Do you know what, guys? I legitimately have $5 on not the Labrador. Golden Retriever. Sorry, the Golden Retriever. $5 or just you're not here, Jason. So, Adrian, $5.
$5 on what?
I'll take the field if you take the golden retriever.
No,
Is there-
I'll
it would
take
really
the golden
suck if there's
retriever
no-
and a cocker spaniel.
Golden retriever and cocker spaniel versus the field.
Yes,
Done.
done.
Okay, cool. $5 on the Puppy Bowl. I think the 49ers are going to win. Here we go,
I think
sports
so.
talk all of a sudden. 49ers, I think the front four is going to kind of jam up and cause some problems for the Chiefs. I honestly don't know or really care all that much, but I think San Francisco's got a good defensive front.
Yeah.
Sorry, sports talk.
I don't know.
No, it's okay. They can
Go Spurs, go.
They can cut us off if
RIP.
they didn't like
Kobe.
the sports talk.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, well said.
Kobe and everybody else, sad. All right.
Yeah.
On that uplifting, we kind of ended on a different note.
The commercials will be good.
I was talking like a B minor.
Oh.
Oh, y'all, that was awful. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.